Yes, mate. How's it going? You all good, yeah?
I am just being harsh. Life didn't have time, but now I do. Thanks God.
Yeah,
You?
yeah. I'm liking the hat.
Ah, it
It's a good,
is.
it's a good hat, bro.
Yeah. Like became my trademark now officially. Like people recognizing me right now. When Blago Ivanov not in UFC anymore, all the attention goes to me now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. But mate, might as well take it. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy it.
Well, we'll see. I don't know, honestly. I'm actually sorry because Ivanov got released, but at the end of the day, that's the way it had to be. Like,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
shit happens. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you don't perform, it's a ruthless, harsh nature of the game, right?
Yeah, right now you're 2-0 in your new streak, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So your new fight was like pretty much nerve-wracking to watch, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was a very close fight, so can you tell us a bit more about like if I remember well, Pauga has never cut to 205 in the past, right? Or
He used to be a light heavy. He was a light heavyweight, but it was only for the Ultimate Fighter that he was at heavyweight.
so this is his natural weight class. I mean, he looked pretty much, how to say, he looked pretty much slim.
Yeah, yeah. He struggled to make weight though. He was the last person to make weight. So out of all the people, he struggled the most. But I mean, look, it wasn't my best performance. We know this. Not many people know that I was on antibiotics the whole week of the fight. Literally the day of the fight, I just came off the antibiotics, so obviously that wasn't good. Again, having a fight having a fight in Vegas. I still had a lot of demons from the Apex because obviously the last time I fought there, my knee got smashed to pieces. And also, I'm going to be getting my nose fixed very shortly. And that's also like, if you look at what I mean, the whole airwave's completely blocked. So the fact that I'm getting that sorted, and everything is there was a lot of things like in that fight that I could have done better, and also I tripped on the cage early on. I had to recover from that. Um, you know, I landed him with the more damaging shots though, So, at the end of the day, I still did what I had to do. I still landed some hard shots on him. I should have done a lot better, but it is what it is. The main thing is we got the win.
Yes, absolutely. The main thing is like you were fighting similarly to your previous fight in the UFC. Like he dragged you to the ground, but you were quick to scramble up, work your way back on the top. You were quick to recover the posture, to regain your position against the fence. So when one of my fans asked me, how did you improve your scrambling game that much compared to your previous UFC run? Can you please answer that?
Well, I don't know. Ever since the Hamlet fight in Cage Warriors, that was where I really learned how to get back up to my feet, and I've kind of just been keeping that going this whole time. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily say I've gotten any better, so to speak, but I just kind of just kept on working on it. And I knew that was one of my main things, so I just kept on making sure that was a big thing for me in my training and my sparrings. Always, if I'd ever get taken down or I'm in a bad position, I've got to get up to my feet straight away. I don't accept being on I don't want to accept being on my back or accept being in a bad position. Yeah, so I guess I've just always emphasized I don't want to be on my back. I want to get straight back up to my feet. And I think that helps with the scrambling and training with guys like Will Curry, who's one of my training partners. That's one of the main things in his game as well. So we kind of just help each other. So yeah, it's been a massive part of my game for a while, but obviously I've just learned how to be more efficient and the better ways of doing things. And yeah, I guess it's just been showing in fights.
Yeah, I've seen you in Will Curry's corner when he was fighting in Cage Warriors. You were like, how did you feel heading into his fight? I mean, always when a teammate's fighting, I guess it's more stressful to be a coach. My coach
Oh
is
my
always saying
God.
that it's more stressful when you're a coach than when you're a fighter.
100%, mate. Honestly, I was so nervous, like literally standing, like kind of sitting there, waiting for the names to be called out and seeing him standing across his opponent from the cage. Like I was literally, my heart was racing like madly fast. You know what I mean? It's always when you got someone that's close to you and like your training partner, you know, as everyone says, it's always worse. When I'm in there myself, I'm like pretty relaxed and like, you know, I'm like ready to go because you're in a different mindset. But here you're like, you just want him to do all the right things and you're just hoping that everything goes well. And yeah, he did very well. So yeah, no, I'm always really nervous whenever he fights. But I knew he trained very hard and you know he had put in all the work. So I knew he was going to come out with a good performance.
How hard it is to fight in Las Vegas, considering I believe it's Mojave Desert, and England is having like normal climax. You have a lot of rain, you don't have tropical heat, etc. I mean, it was 37 in London last year, but it's not normal like in UK, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I actually like the heat. It was mad because when we went there, it actually rained like for 2 of the days. So it was quite weird because all the people that live in Las Vegas they keep on saying, "Oh my God, like it never rains here." So it was like weird that just as we came, it started raining. I think for like 1 or 2 days. But yeah, it's usually I love it, man. I love being in America. I do actually quite like the heat. I much prefer it to the cold weather. But yeah, it was considerably hotter than it was in the UK. But it's mad because even in the UK, I think it got up to like 27 degrees. So yeah, it was nice. I like the climate. I like Vegas.
When you're entering the Apex, like UFC Apex, and this is like a venue where many people are fighting etc. You took part in Apex and you took part in other competing halls. So which is the like your favorite hall where you competed? Your favorite venue?
Uh, to be honest, Australia.
Really?
I really enjoyed fighting in Australia. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously because there was a crowd, it was a big arena. Like that was where I actually enjoyed competing the most out of everywhere that I fought. That and probably when I fought in Cage Warriors, like maybe at the Apollo as well. I really enjoyed competing there. So yeah, I mean, I just like I say, Australia to me was to this day one of my most favorite my favorite places to fight.
Like looking at that Tyson Pedro fight, you accepted that on a short notice. This time you were not accepting the fight on a short notice, I guess. I guess you had more time to prepare. And how did the weight cut go? Did you have problems considering you were on meds?
Nah, everything was on point. I never, you know, especially when I'm preparing for a fight, I never stay too far off weight. I never blow up too heavy. So yeah, I felt absolutely fine. Literally, I was in the sauna for about 45 minutes, and pretty much I was a couple pounds over, and then when I woke up in the morning, I was already on weight. So for me, it's never an issue making weight, and I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, but some fighters are cutting enormous amount of weight. Like I know light heavyweights who normally walk at 240. I'm like, man, how can you cut that much weight? It's like it's not normal.
Yeah, it's well, do you know what? It's mad because yeah, some of them are like lean and they're like 230, and I'm like, how's that even possible? But yeah, man, like I say, an easier weight cut makes I think the fight a lot better for myself. It makes it more enjoyable, and you know, obviously, yeah, we do have to go through a couple of stresses, you know, having to cut the water weight through the sauna and stuff like this. But that is like the most amount of stress that I'm facing. Otherwise, it's pretty plain sailing. I, you know, just get in there, do the job, and you know, make the weight. It just gets me even more in fight mode. You know, when you're in sauna, you're having to cut weight. It like makes you a bit more agitated. It just gets you more in fight mode. But yeah, for me, it's never an issue making weight.
Yeah, I've seen pretty much you always every single day and you're looking spot on. And Pauga looked, how to say, well, he didn't look spot on the weight from what I've seen.
Yeah, he had a hard weight cut. I mean, look, he made weight pretty easily. He made 205, I believe. So yeah, I mean, look, he can make weight, but yeah, he definitely was suffering, that's for sure.
Also, the thing that I will never understand is like Paddy Pimblett case. How can you walk at 200 and cut to 155? I mean, I'm walking at 180, and even cutting to 165 would be a problem. I don't know how people do it.
Mate, that is a question for Paddy Pimblett. Do you know what? I think he even mentioned on an interview somewhere he's not going to get like that anymore. And I think it's right. You know, it's better to stay nearer to your weight class because especially if you're training, it's better to train nearer to your weight class because that's what you're going to be in the cage. You know what I mean? And I do think, you know, cutting a load of weight affects your cardio as well. And it's like then you spend the whole camp figuring out how you're going to lose all the weight instead of, oh, how am I going to improve my skill set to put on my best performance? So yeah, I think Paddy Pimblett did mention. I think he did mention that he's going to try and stay a bit leaner in between fights, and I think that's definitely a clever thing to do.
Well, yeah, at 155, for example, if you weigh around 175, 180, it's like possible to cut, but from
Yeah.
200, it's very hard. I mean, 20 pounds, it's okay if your body is healthy, but like some people cut like 40 pounds for the fight. Like Kenny Florian nearly died, if I remember well, in the past.
Yeah, there's been some terrible weight cuts, mate. There's been some terrible weight cuts. I mean, and some of them made weight, but then it's like, you know, how are you able to perform to your highest level if you know you're having to, you know, get rid of so much like body fat and bloody water out your body? Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, when Tanner Bowser tried to go to 205, he got knocked out in the first round, and at heavyweight, he was a killer.
Yeah. Heavyweight. I noticed he did really well, and I think he's fighting pretty soon as well. Actually, I think he's fighting in like 2 weeks or something. Um, but hey, look, at the end of the day, you know, some people are a little bit too, you know, they've got a little bit too much body fat. You know, some of them can drop a little bit less, but sometimes having more body fat isn't really a bad thing. Sometimes it's just how maybe your body constitution is and how, you know, like Philip Leans actually is now very lean at light heavyweight and, you know, he looks pretty good. So I guess it just depends on body types and, you know, like what you're better suited for. And yeah, maybe for Tanner it would have been better suited to be heavyweight, but I guess everyone makes those decisions kind of as they go along.
Well, the majority of UFC champs have never been like, they never looked like big beasts, etc. They were looking pretty much normal. For example, George St. Pierre has never looked like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the majority of them are males, females, like champions. You rarely have a Thiago Alves style champion. That's pretty much rare.
Yeah. No. I definitely agree with you. It's just mad because yeah, like in MMA now you're seeing a lot more like muscular physiques and stuff like that because obviously you have to wrestle, you have to strike, you have to do all sorts. It's only a heavyweight where really it's kind of like the anomaly where everyone just kind of just goes in as they are. But yeah, for the most part, everyone like you know is in really good shape turning up to fights.
I guess you are recovering now from the fight. I don't think they're gonna give you a fight very soon, right?
Well, there'll be stuff in the pipeline. I've just finished. I've had shoulder surgery 4 weeks ago. Probably another 4 weeks of recovery, and then I'll be able to start training. So I've still been training, but just obviously just not using my right arm. So yeah, I mean, look, there'll be something in the pipeline for sure. I'll just keep speaking with management, and I'm sure something pop up. But I'm getting ready to be able to get back into training very shortly.
Yeah, shoulder injury stuff. I mean, you can't do many things. Like you can only use one arm. You can't grapple. No, okay, maybe
Yeah.
you can grapple, but you can't wrestle.
You can't wrestle and stuff like this. But like I say, my recovery is going very well. My physio is going really well. So you put all that together. I mean, I'm definitely looking like I'm going to be recovering pretty shortly from here on out.
Did you destroy your shoulder in Zac Pauga fight, or it was some kind of a previous damage?
It was something that I've had ongoing for about 2 years, and I kind of just needed I needed to get something fixed. I mean, look, maybe something maybe clicked in the fight or whatever, but I just knew I needed to get it fixed. So, you know, thank God that you know the medical team from the UFC were able to get that sorted, and here we are. Now we're going to be again going more towards 100% capacity.
That's amazing. Wish you speedy recovery. And I think, I mean, not gonna be UFC London card anytime soon, but there has been recently one.
Yeah, well, look, wherever it is, whether it's enemy territory, whether it's, somewhere near to me, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get the job done. That's the main thing. I need to I need to just go out there and put on my best performances. And with like getting the nose fixed and getting the shoulder fixed, trust me, everything together is gonna be is gonna be put together all at the right time. Is gonna make me be able to perform, like I say, to my 100%. And I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, when you fix your nose, at least your cardio is gonna up by 20% for sure.
100%. And that is what I'm really looking forward to, mate, because like I say, people haven't even seen the full extent of my cardio. I train so bloody hard, and then, in a fight, it's never how it could be. I mean, look at Dricus du Plessis, how amazing he did in his last fight. So I'm looking forward to seeing those benefits for sure.
One of my fans is asking, do you do altitude training?
No, I don't. I don't feel like I need it, to be honest with you. Like I say, when I get my nose fixed, the training that I do, like how tough it is, I won't need to do any of that. I mean, yeah, it might be beneficial, but you have to stay out there for quite a while. And you only really see the benefits if you're out there for like, a consistent basis. So, right now, I don't feel like I need it, but like I say, when I get my nose fixed, there's going to be a hell of a lot of improvements cardio-wise for sure.
Yeah, we can't wait for that. Wish you speedy recovery. I mean, thanks for the interview as always. Would you like to add something?
Nothing, mate. I just want to obviously just say thank you to you, mate. You've always been a massive support and a great guy. Have amazing videos. Like I say, a lot of people need to get on the hype train. The Bulgarian cowboy. So thank you very much. And yeah, just obviously thank you to all my team and my family and the people that have been supporting me since day one. And yeah, we're going all the way to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when there is no any Bulgarian in the UFC, all the attention goes to me, and there won't be any Bulgarian in the UFC anytime soon. And even if they ink them, we don't have that good prospects, unfortunately. I'm just realistic. We have some undefeated guys, but they won't do well in the UFC. They're like UFC is a whole different level.
Yeah. Well, hey, who knows? Hopefully someday, man. Hopefully someday soon.
Well, two of our guys are fighting at Cage Warriors in Rome. I hope at least one of them is going to win. One guy
Well, there
should
you
win,
go.
Todev. He should win. He's a very good fighter, but he has got a very dangerous opponent.
Yeah. Well, look, this is it. Sometimes you got to overcome the dangerous opponents to become a superstar. So yeah, like I say, I keep my fingers crossed for you and
Yeah, absolutely.
the Bulgarian guys for sure.
Thank you. Cage Warriors is the great way to reach the UFC. I mean, like 10% of all fighters from the UFC are Cage Warriors champs. So
Exactly, mate. So yeah, proper breeding ground for the best fighters in the world, and I'm thankful that I was able to be a part of that for sure.
hope you will fight soon. Wish you speedy recovery. Thanks for the interview. Catch us some
My
other
man,
time. I will put a premiere like in 4 or 5 hours. We'll just need to
amazing,
create. Okay, we'll send you.
amazing. Sounds good, my brother. Always good speaking to you. Yeah.
Yep,
Thank you
yep.
so much, man. I'll catch you soon. Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye bye bye.